First off, I want to just thank Pitt did a really good job coming here, Coach Narduzzi and his staff. They played their butts off. They did a really good job. Happy that we had a chance to compete against them. I want to thank everyone that did come out to the game. Also, our players. I thought they competed their butts off all the way to the end of the game. They did a real good job. So I'm just happy that those guys were able to compete and finish the football game. That's really it that I have to say when it comes to that.
Questions? We'll start right in front with Chris, and then we'll Dan on the left.
Fran, it looked like you, when Pitt had the ball right before halftime, it looked like you were going to be conservative and just go into the half at 10-7. What made you come out aggressive before that 3-and-out?
Just believing and having faith in our players. Thinking they have the opportunity. We work 2 minutes every day. We work the middleweight. That's the middleweight of the game. Being able to go in with points or the ball. It was a miscue on one of the something that happened. I don't want to really get into depth with it, but that was a bad decision by me and not just running the football and then getting to go into the half with the ball.
With the 3 passes, I mean, was there an RPO that got pulled and turned into a pass? Is that why it was 3 straight?
It was a screen, and he ran out of bounds on one where we got yards. It was another one, which it was, and he saw something a little bit different. But I made a bad decision right there. That was on me because, I don't want to go into in deep with that. That was just really bad coaching. That's probably one of the worst things that I've done since I've been a football coach here. One of the decisions I made, I felt as though I should have ran the ball. We'd have ran the ball, we'd have won in 10-7, and I think that gave them too much momentum. My players worked too hard for me to make a decision like that.
With Dan right here.
Fran, just the decision to bring in Luke Carney when you did and then to shift back to Ricky Collins.
Just wanted to spark. I just be straight open with it when it comes to the quarterback position, right? We're very young at the quarterback. And we have to develop. We got to continue to develop. That was one of the reasons why I went and got Steve Angeli at the second portal, because we knew what we were young at. We knew we were young on the offensive line. That's why we went and got Austin Collins. We went and got Ferg, so that way those guys can come in. We went and got Rooks, right? There's a lot of guys that we went to get because we're young. We're super talented, but those guys are young, and they're not always ready to go in and play right away. And you see where we felt as though, see the difference in Steve and then the other guys getting a chance to play, but they're so young. This is Ricky's 3rd game. Is he getting better in some areas? Absolutely. Are there some things that we want to be able to process and do a little bit better? Absolutely, we want to, but it's just the timing. Had a kid that was in college and literally took no reps for 3 years, because when you're on a scout team, sometimes you're just looking at a car. So this is first time getting the opportunity to get out there on the field, and I just got to do a better job of developing him and getting him ready to go. And things to go on, right? We got 5 games left of regular season. Hopefully we get 7, not 5, but we'll end up with 6 games left. And being able to have those 6 afterwards, it'll give us a chance to keep growing, give Luka opportunity of continuing to grow also, along with all the other guys.
And then as far as the defensive side of it, despite the loss, the defense created a lot of opportunities, gave a lot of chances. Just what you saw from them.
We're just gonna go after the quarterback. Wanted to compete, wanted to make sure we go after the quarterback, and that's something that we'll do. I told you guys that last week after that second half of SMU. There was going to be a change. You'll see that, and you'll see how it's consistently going. And we'll continue to do that. Well, that's just going to be our style of play on defense.
For the other side, we'll start with Christian right on the end, and then go to Aiden in the middle.
Coach, on the defense, what did you see in the past 2 weeks that allowed them to have this type of performance today?
They just believing in each other, sticking together. Everybody's on the same page. It's a lot of work, and just do what they can play fast, right? A lot of people want a million calls. I just think you need the ones that they know so they can play fast. But I think they're playing fast and they're playing together. They got a no-quit mindset.
Put Aiden right here in the middle, and then after that, Samantha on the TV platform.
Hey, Coach. Just what was your message to Ricky at halftime, and how did you see him respond from the change and then coming back when he came back in?
It was just a message to the team of just for them to continue to push. That I took away the momentum at the moment, and for him to they'll keep following him just keep doing the right thing, right? I don't really have a message to him as if it's anything. Let's go out and put some points on the board.
Just how did you see him respond once he came back in?
He did okay. He made some good plays. He had some bad plays. We just got to keep getting better. He's in the developmental point right now, so we got to keep getting him better. We got to keep coaching him and coach him through stuff. I mean, it's like he's training on the job. In all reality, he's training on the job right now. So, and we'll keep growing. He'll keep getting better, and I'm thankful that he's here. I appreciate him going out there working and giving us his all day in and day out.
Hey, Coach, I just want to know if there's a lesson in these few losses that you faced recently. In other words, even though you didn't come out with the win, is there something your players can gain from this?
I think there's always lessons you learn from anything, whether it's winning or if it's losing, right, in life. But some of the lessons, I can't tell you what you're going to learn from it because you got to look in the mirror and you know what you've done right and what you've done wrong. The adversity piece of it is really good. It's good for leadership, for me, to be able to see and show you guys how I'll keep our football team together and how we'll continue to work and we'll continue to do things. You didn't see a sloppy team that didn't want to compete or play anymore, guys that quit. It was just sometimes you catch the bear catch you, right? And that's been going on for us the last few weeks. So, but I think you learn from everything, right? Sometimes it's when you watch the tape, you just learn that you become a little bit more tougher, a little bit more resilient, you know. I think the players are naturally resilient. I'm the one that probably hurt a little bit more because you're older and they got a lot more games of their lives. It's not many more. As you get older, you start to see it a little bit different, but I'll make sure that we keep learning daily. You know, we're just going to do that daily.
Right in front and then right over here on the end, the second row.
Fran, there was a 3rd and 9 play where you pulled Luke off the field for Ricky Collins. Why did you do that? For Ricky to throw the 3rd and 9 play.
Well, it just felt as though he ran that play a little bit more. It was a couple plays on the call sheet that was set for Luke when he went in, and then there were some other plays that was set for Ricky, and it was just the fact of the call sheet that we had set for him. It wasn't really meant for 3rd and 9 and things of that nature at the moment, so we went to go with Ricky to put Ricky back in.
How much of the offense can Luke run at this point?
Not much. I mean, it's not like we don't have a large menu for Ricky either. Not much. We're in the developmental point of it, right, when it comes to the young quarterbacks and the things of that nature. So there's a lot that we're trying to do and trying to get rolling, and we'll get it back. You know, it'll work. It just takes time. It's a process. It's a process that sometimes you got to take some of the punches, right? You kind of take some more of the punches than you give out, but eventually you'll be able to land more punches than you take.
The WAR and then the league winners on the aisle, Thomas.
Coach, I'm just curious, with Justice, how is he feeling with that ankle? I know
He should be good. We put him in to catch a fade. I say, hey, I need you to go in, catch this fade for us. And he ended up going in. But Justice will be good. Justice is a tough kid. He's ready to go compete. For me, right, I don't want guys going in and just gonna go play if they can't protect themselves, right? Some guys, hey, coach, I could just take such and such and I'll be good. I don't want real structural damage, right, done to your body and things of that nature. So he wasn't able to go out there and compete and protect himself on the football field, so I decided him to wait, but I knew a fade was easy for him to be able to catch.
And just following up on that, do you feel like with the bye week last week and the progress he's been making, he'll be in a better position?
Yeah, be straight. He'll play next week. He should play next week.
We'll have you pass it right to the middle for Thomas there. And then we'll go to Steve on the left.
Hey, Coach, you're talking about, developing the young quarterbacks, kind of slowing the game down for them. Is there any potential chance that that could incorporate potentially splitting the reads into a split field read for Ricky and giving him less things to worry about post-snap?
Who said we're not doing that?
I guess that answers that question.
I'm just saying, like, who says that we're not doing that, right? We're trying to make the game as simple as possible. The object of the game is for us to win, trying to slow it down, trying to do different things of that nature, right? So I think that Ricky will keep getting better, and we're going to keep doing what we need to do to put him in position to be successful as much as possible, and then want to do the same thing for Luke. just want to do the same thing for all those guys, right?
And then on defense, the run defense looked great today. Can you just talk about the importance of gap responsibility and how that effective it was?
We talked about it all week. We had pursuit drills. There was a lot of things that we were doing in practice. It's been fun. It's been fun over there with Coach E and us just trying to really have an identity on defense. It was something that we talked about at halftime versus SMU. We said, like, no, we got to have identity, and I want it. This is what I'm looking for. This is what we're going to go do. Let's get this done. Me and him talked, and just some things that got done and some things that we're doing. And we're trying to create an identity on defense that's who we are and that's how we'll play. I was very impressed and thankful with the defense because even when we weren't able to go get points on offense, they just continue to go out there and play and play and play and play. And I see a lot of times where some guys they fold and they quit and they say it doesn't matter. Even to them scoring at the end when they were already in the red area and whatever the flag was and things of that nature. But it got all the way down to fourth down, and those guys were able to compete and still kept fighting. And it meant a lot to them to look in their eyes and to see the pain from losing hurt. But I do appreciate the effort that they went out there and the way they competed.
Couple more for Coach. We'll start with Steve on the left.
Coach, real quick follow-up on the quarterbacks before I get to my question. Should we anticipate Ricky's going to be the starter next week? Sounds like it based on what you're saying? Or?
Yeah, we're going to practice, and we're just going to see whatever is best for us to give us the opportunity. We got to go play Georgia Tech, right? And you let y'all tell it. Everybody said we're going to lose to Georgia Tech, so we got to put us in the right position. Though, honestly, for us to go and be able to compete and win that football game. So whoever going to give us the best chance of doing that, at the moment, Ricky is that guy. And if he continues to be that guy, then he'll be there. But then when it's time to go, we're just going to do everything that's needed to go and win that football game.
And I just wanted to follow up on if you have a message for the fans. You know, I think people were spoiled last year, 10 wins, and they think it's going to happen overnight. Can you speak to this is a process? It's not going to happen overnight. And
I mean, I've said that we're building a program, right? And when you're building a program, it just happens that way, right? We brought in a lot of older veteran guys last year, and you can see that our philosophy, the game plan, all that stuff works. But you got to have the players that have experience, right? Sometimes experience is better than super talented guys. I got a lot of super talented young guys. I got offensive linemen, all the freshmen that are true freshmen right now that probably won't play this year. You got 6'8", 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", and all of them are 315 and bigger, right? All the receivers can run, all of those guys, right? We got a lot of 10-4, 10-5 guys here on campus. It's just the experience, right? We're trying to build the program the right way. So I could put them all out there, and it's still going to be the same plays, right? The same things. But when you look at some of the freshmen that are ready, Antoine, Demetrius, and then the list goes on the opposite side of the ball. And Nisi's playing a lot right now. So those guys are starting to sprinkle in. So just imagine when those guys are sophomores and juniors on the field. And, I mean, look at the 26 recruiting class. They all here on campus. I know a lot of people think, well, y'all lost, they're not going to come. They all going to come. We'll get all those guys to come, and then more different people will go. We'll keep a top recruiting class in the country. We'll keep being able to do those things. So all I can say is keep the same energy, right? Just keep the same energy that you have for the team now. Keep that same energy later on as it changes or where it's going at.
And the last two will go one each to Javon and then Pitt.
Oh, man, we're going to ask Javon.
Fran, I was wondering if you had any updates on Austin Collins and Travion Mack. I know Austin went to the back, and then Nick Quill came in for Travion.
I really don't. I don't have nothing right now. They didn't really come and tell me. I hope they're both well. They're tough, so if it's not broken or torn, they'll both play. I can say that.
And the last one to mark on the end.
Hi, Coach. Ricky hasn't had a lot of success yet. About 2 minutes into the game, the crowd is booing him.
Yeah.
What's your message to him? Does he hear the noise? Is your message to him to block out the noise? I mean, that's got to be pretty discouraging, I would think.
My message to him, honestly, is I love you and none of them know you. Why concern yourself with a bunch of people that don't know you? I love you. I'm going to have your back. I'm also going, my message to them is I'm going to do what's best for the S, and for Syracuse. I always make the best decision for Syracuse and for the S. And he's a young kid who at the moment is the best quarterback that we have because our starting quarterback went down. You remember how it felt when we went and was able to beat Clemson and we were 3-1 and it was, oh snap, they're going to go and take it. Well, that was the reason that we went and got Steve, because he wasn't ready yet. He has to jump in a little bit earlier than he should jump in. But if one of your kids jumped in and he wasn't ready yet, how do you want me to respond to him? So I just tell him I love him, keep your head up, and don't concern yourself with people you don't know.
I think the crowd is being a little unfair.
I think the crowd gonna be the crowd. That's the game. I'd rather them boo me though. They should be booing me for not being able to go out at halftime with the punt. Don't boo him, boo me. I'm saying I understand that, and boo myself on that for me trying to go and score a point. I mean, they want points. So then when you try to go get points, they want to boo. So I'm not really sure of what it is, but I don't think they should do that. That's not right. At least not yet, right? Let's give it some time and allow him to keep developing and growing and doing all the right things that are needed, because he is a young student athlete, right? He is here trying to live out his dream and have a bunch of fun and things of that nature, and football means a lot to him. You know, the kid loves the game of football. It's just didn't process yet as fast as you guys saw with the Kyle and with the Steve and Jelly. He's a little bit different. Sometimes it takes a little bit more for guys to process it, and we'll get around to it and it'll work. But I ask that you just come at me with it. Don't do that to him, because we're gonna need him next week. That makes sense.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank y'all.